Hi everyone, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks, and today I'm going to be playing in the Object 703-2 with the 122mm caliber gun. Wargaming, I guess, with the brackets of the 122 on this vehicle. Never really quite decided, right up until the final hurdle before it was released, I believe about a year ago, whether it was going to have the 100mm gun or the 122mm caliber gun. The tech tree variant of this tank has the 100, while the premium one has the 122mm, which allows you to do things like this. Goodbye, little tech tree tank destroyer, right? That poor Jagdpanther caught out in the open at the back of the map with some good spotting from my Super Hellcat at the beginning of the game, and I will oblige the Super Hellcat spotting by providing them with a kill there. Well, me, I get the kill, but he gets the 600 spotting, right? So, the 122mm double barrel premium tank. 390 alpha damage in each gun. 780 alpha damage if you're able to connect each of the shells. But just because you can double, doesn't mean you always should double. I use the doubles in this tank when I know that it's going to be able to confirm a kill, catch somebody with an ambush, and then I'm going to have probably about the 20-25 seconds that it will take to reload. Within the first 2 minutes of this battle, we have doubled a couple of vehicles to give us a double kill. Yeah, this thing is truly outrageous when it gets going. The funny thing about this tank is you'd expect it to have really abysmal damage per minute. You know, give a tier 8 premium heavy tank 1,800 DPM like this vehicle has. With its 780 alpha damage, you think it would be way, way worse. You'd also think that maybe it had some restrictions with regards to the penetration, which is 221, an APCR by standard with 1,150 meters a second shell velocity, as that allows you to snap in shots. Even at these kind of short to mid distances, you have to give pretty much no lead. And to be able to follow up the first shot, 5 seconds later, you can really catch out those poor tech tree heavy tanks that are 2 tiers below you by removing pretty much all of their hit points. The Jagdtiger thinking that maybe it's safe to come around the corner, maybe the absolute chaos that the Soviet heavy tank is creating in front of them, maybe it's my turn to fight it out. We can see with a commander skill there, Eagle Eye, a skill that I don't have on many of my crews, but definitely some of my more trained ones, like my Soviet crews in my premium vehicles. You can tell that the Jagdtiger was actually ammo-racked there. Now, whether the Jagdtiger is ammo-racked, whether or their repair kit is on cooldown is another question. All I'm thinking right now is maybe I can ram the Jagdtiger to death, but they just annoy me by going and turning their vehicle towards me. I don't get to ram the Jagdtiger to death, and I have to interrupt my reload of the second shell to be able to finish off the Jagdtiger. We are creating an absolute we're like a wrecking ball going right down the middle of a building here, but instead of a building, it's the central reservation here on Erlenberg. We're up to 4,000 damage and 4 kills in the first 4 minutes of this battle. And now we've got to worry about this 53 TP, the Polish tier 8 heavy tank, going after my Tiger. Now in this situation, I think this Tiger is done for. I was actually able to block a couple of the shells the Tiger was taking from the Panther over towards my east that I managed to shoot a second ago. But now I have to focus on this 53, while also having a Churchill 7 pounding on us, and they just can't seem to really do enough damage to this tank. The only one that's truly damaging us is the Panther, which is using a 75mm with about 200mm of penetration that's able to go through the side of my vehicle. And so what I'm trying to do is to be able to use the building to my right to avoid damage from the Panther while taking out the threats one by one. And I don't really consider that Churchill as a threat anymore, so I'm going to give them the side of my vehicle. Whether I regret that remains to be seen. Well, it was seen almost instantly afterwards, and that's because the Churchill goes through my vehicle and also ammo racks me. So I'm thinking, shall I interrupt my reload? Because remember, this vehicle kind of works like an auto reloader that's also able to deliver a double shot. So I decide to hold my shell there, and I'm thinking, can I manage to cheek out a reload here? But just as I was about to commit to the shell, or shall I say commit to the reload, my artillery hits the Churchill for 255, putting them to a point where I could have killed them with a single shot. I didn't want to fire there though, because even with the bad RNG, well, if I had bad RNG, I would have been down to having no rounds in the vehicle, which is a lot worse than just having to wait a couple of seconds to have 2. Nevertheless, I think I probably should have fired there. And that's definitely one of the things that you will just have to eventually figure out when you're playing any of your auto reloaders is, should you take the chancy shot or should you just wait until you've actually got the shell back in? Now with an Italian medium tank, or even some of the faster loading Italian heavies, that might be the best joke. This video, right? Fast loading Italian heavies, that didn't really happen. Unless I guess you're fully maxing it out with a load of premium consumables and a good crew. It's always really awkward with a heavy tank compared to a medium. With a medium, when you interrupt that auto reloader, it's not the end of the world. But when your reload is 12.5 seconds, like it is with the 7032, it does feel like a very large amount of DPM that you're losing. And so here you go. 7 kills, 6,500 damage in the first 5.5 minutes of this battle, and I had one thing on my mind, and that was, let's load high explosive rounds and go after these glass cannon tank destroyers and see if I can maybe turn 7 kills into 10 to be able to get a Paul's medal. Well, unfortunately for me, the artillery hits me, stunning my crew and also knocking out my gun, which means that my first shell is a miss against the Super Hellcat. I'm starting to get a little nervous because my team manages to wait. Hold on. Let's just have an instant replay of that. Just when you think you're about to get a Radley-Walters medal, right, boys and girls? Just when you think you're about to get a Radley-Walters medal, and then the Super Hellcat, I guess, just becomes Neo, and then decides that they can also just avoid shells going through their tank. And yeah, that's right. The shell did go right through the Super Hellcat, with a bit of a lightsaber moment going right through the Super Hellcat's booty. Although, maybe there was some kind of a delay with the Super Hellcat breaking their vehicle, which of course would make the front go down and the back of the tank buck up. So maybe we can forgive the server for that one. If it's going to cost me my Radley-Walters medal or not, well, that remains to be seen. All right, Super Hellcat, come on, come on. You see what the title of the video is? Yeah, I think the Super Hellcat pretty much felt the same way. And so that means that we can min-max getting the shell into the M12 without having to waste it on the Super Hellcat. And securing our 9th kill of the game. I mean, did they ever really stand a chance? I don't think so. So in the aftermath of this battle, I truly did feel incredibly filthy. Was it down to my incredible skills that we got a Radley-Walters medal here and killed 2/3 of the enemy team? Yeah, I probably wouldn't go as far as to say that. I think it was just an overpowered tier 8 premium tank inside a nice matchup. Is it one that will fill me up with a huge amount of self-accomplishment? No. But is it probably going to look quite good for YouTube with all of those filthy doubles? I hope so. Talking about being filthy, the end result is pretty filthy here. This was 271,000 credits profit for the 6,700 damage that we dealt, and also the 1,400 spotting, giving us 2,112 base experience points for our Radley-Walters medal, steel wall, high caliber, with a short and sweet 7-minute battle. And yeah, the more that I can think about this one, it just really wasn't very fair, was it? I think I'll have to make up for it very soon, and I'll have to get some free-to-play tech tree tanks back on the channel. Anyway, ladies and gents, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. And a massive happy Easter to all of you. Whatever you decide to get up to, if you're lucky enough to be able to spend it with your families, enjoy it. But if not, and you're twiddling your thumbs on this Sunday, it's time for the World of Tanks Tech Tree Showcase, live right now on twitch.tv/QuickyBaby. And this week, seeing how the American light tanks and the Sheridan is going to be top of the tree starting tomorrow, I'm going to get you all up to date with these tenacious, and at least some of them, high alpha damage American light tanks. So come along right now if you want to know all about the American light tanks, starting from tier 1 up to tier 10. So you can get ready. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.